Hello you two, I hope you're all sitting down ready with a piece of paper and a pencil for your phonics lesson. Your first task is to create as many words as you can, looking at these sounds, and I can see some digraphs and some trigraphs as well. So give yourself 5 minutes or so and see how many different words you can make, and make a list on a piece of paper and see how many you can get. Off you go. Please pause the video now. If you're finding it a little bit tricky, I'll give you an example of one word you could make. For example, I could have sight, sight, as in my eyesight. There's one example. Please pause it and have a go and see if you can create any more. I'm now going to reveal some of the words that you could have created. If you're still working, then please pause the video so that you have more time to think about it. I'm going to reveal some of the answers now. So you might have a word that is on this list. However, you might also not have a word that's on this list. But make sure you're double checking that all your spelling is correct. So these are some of the words you could have had. You could have had tear, chat, sharp, chop, sight, posh, spear, tight, sigh, pear, and point. So these are some of the words that you could have come up with while you were trying to put some of your sounds together. If you had any different words, that's absolutely okay, but make sure you double check that you're spelling to make sure you've used the correct sound and the correct representation of that sound. As we know, we can represent sounds in many different ways. If you're not sure, maybe you could ask a grown-up and see if they could help you. Or you could use a dictionary to try and find that word and see if your spelling is correct. And you could also read the definition of it too, just to double check. On my screen, I have 5 different words. I'd like you to take a moment to read those 5 words and see what you notice about them. Please pause the video here and maybe have a discussion with somebody nearby. You may notice that you can see this digraph in all of these words, and we usually know this digraph as making the E sound. But if I try and read it here, eed, heed, or eed, e, reedy, I know that that doesn't sound right. So here we're actually learning this E sound represented as making the sound as well. So sometimes it can make an E sound and sometimes it can make an E sound. For example, head, e, ready. And the Y is another way that we can make that E sound. Often when the letter Y is at the end of the word, it also makes an E sound. So I've got head, ready, ed, dead, heaven, and bread. So in all of these words, I can see the E digraph, but the alternate pronunciation for this is the E sound. So when we're reading a word and we can see this digraph, we need to make sure if it's making the E sound, such as in each, teach, or if it's making the E sound, such as in bread. Your task now is to have a look at these pictures at the bottom and then write the appropriate spelling for them in the correct column. Is it the long E or is it the short E making an E sound, such as in the word head? For example, here I have a picture of a beach. Beach. I can hear that there are 3 sounds in that word, and it's not making an E sound, it's making an E sound. So I'm going to put the picture of the beach here, then I'm going to segment those sounds and write them in. So I've got beach. Have a go now at the rest of the pictures. I will call out the names for you in case you're not sure of what word they're representing. So I've got feather, measure, cream, spread, and peach. Feather, measure, cream, spread, and peach. So make sure you choose a photo, segment those sounds, and put them into the correct column on your piece of paper now. Please pause the video here. I'm now going to talk you through the spellings, so if you haven't had a chance to write them down, then please pause the video now. My first word I'm going to choose is feather. Now I need to decide if feather is making the long E or the short E. Is it making an E sound or an E sound? I'm going to segment my sound to see. Feather. And I've got 4 fingers up on my hand because they're 4 sounds. I'm using my hand and my fingers to help me segment the sound. So I know that feather is making the short E sound. I'm going to segment it again. Feather. My next one is measure. Measure. I can see that this one is also making the short E sound. It's making the E sound. And I've got measure. And I've also got that your trigraph at the end of that word as well. My next one is cream. Cream. That is making the long E sound, just like in beach. The words cream and beach rhyme, don't they? So here I've got cream. My next one is spread. Spread. I've got lots of consonants in the beginning of that word, so I need to make sure that I'm sounding it out very carefully. Let's do it together. Spread. Spread. And then my last one is a peach. Is it making the E sound or the E sound? Peach. It's making the E sound. Peach. If you maybe got them all correct, then very well done you. But if you got one in the wrong place, have a look now and then see if you can correct it with the appropriate spellings. Now is your chance to practice applying this new skill into your writing. So you're going to write a sentence. Your sentence is going to say, I had a dream that the weather in the meadow was boiling hot. I'm going to say it again. I had a dream that the weather in the meadow was boiling hot. Before you start writing, I would like you to pause the video now and practice saying that sentence in your head. You need to orally rehearse it before we start writing, and that's what helps us with our writing and making sure that it makes sense. So I had a dream that the weather in the meadow was boiling hot. Practice saying it now. Now that you've had a chance to practice saying your sentence, I'd like you to take a moment to practice writing your sentence. So writing the sentence, I had a dream that the weather in the meadow was boiling hot. And make sure you're thinking about the new skill and the new spelling rule that we practiced in this session as you are writing. Please pause the video now and have a go at writing your sentence. Remember to read it back when you're finished to check that it makes sense. Off you go. Please pause the video now. I'm now going to write the sentence to you. So I had a, now dream. I can hear the E sound in that, but I need to decide on which spelling is the most appropriate. So is it like this with the EE diagram, or does it look like this with the EA? I'm thinking the EA looks more familiar to me, so I'm going to stick with that one. With the EE and the EA diagram, they both have the same spelling rule, which means it's sometimes tricky to know which one is the appropriate one to go in the middle of our word. But in this case, it's the EA. So I had a dream that the weather. Now I need to decide if weather is just going to be a single E, or is it the E digraph making the E sound. So I had a dream that the weather I think it looks like that. It's the EA digraph making the E sound. In the meadow. Now again, I can hear that E sound in meadow. Meadow like this, or is it meadow like that? I think that one is the most familiar. Was boiling hot. I'm just going to move my screen up so you can see. I had a dream that the weather in the meadow was boiling hot. I need to remember my OI digraph in that word, boiling as well. So make sure that as you're writing, you're stopping and you're thinking to see which spelling is the most appropriate, which digraph could it be. And the more you practice, the more it will help you to remember these things in the future when it comes to writing it down, maybe in a different context. That's the end of this phonics session, but if you would like an extension or a phonics challenge, maybe you could write some more sentences that have the E or the E sound in them, and then this will help to familiarise yourself with the spelling rules in different words. I can't wait to see some of your fantastic phonics learning this week.